Cosas when I look at you in the face. You are Cosas when I look at you how you smile. You are Cosas when I look at you how you walk. There's no confusion in my mind. You must not be confused by people who have served and have had their time to lead. And they now want to give you leadership that is out of school. We are not going to accept Cosas that is led by people who are not at school. We want the leadership of Cosas to come from your ranks, from learners, from students. When you ask a president of Cosas, where do you come from? No, I'm on internet with UNISA. No, we want a learner, a student at school who lead militant student struggles. We have led Cosas. We have led Cosas. We led Cosas. When I went to jail, let me strike a personal note here in this province, in Botswana. I was 14 years old. And you are above that age, at your age. There is a prison here, next to where some criminal called Bester had a jail running away from it called Grootfontein Prison. We never let Cosas in elders. We've always understood the dynamic relationship between the students in the school premises and outside. That when you leave the school premises, you join the Youth Congress. You don't have to finish. You join it. That's why Cosas formed the UTF. Cosas formed the Congress of South African Trade Unions. Cosas, when it was banned, it is Cosas that led youth struggles in our country, in the youth movement, up until its unbanning. Cosas students swelled the ranks of the youth movement in South Africa. So, you are in the right place, comrades. But you are students of a special type because you've got to learn politics whilst you are still at school and lead the student struggles. What did Cosas lead? Cosas led the struggle for anti-corporal punishment in the schools, sexual harassment in the schools, led the struggle for compulsory free education. That was Cosas. Today, we talk about sanitary towels, one laptop, one cellular phone. It's a new struggle. The Bella Bill speak to exactly what Cosas came to represent over the years, to realize our freedom through ascendancy to political power. Bella Bill has been signed by the president and it will be implemented. So, will be implemented in a government of national unity. This government of national unity, comrades, is a tactical intervention. Tactical intervention ikasuthu akitivile asithima. Bari uchechela morawa asubali akunkamali. So what it means is that we have been shown flames by the voters, but we are not out. We have been given an opportunity which we characterize as suffering a setback. But in that setback, it enabled us to vie to advance the NDR. What is the NDR? The NDR is the Bella Bill. The NDR is NHI. The NDR is about industrialization of this economy, radicalism. revolutionaries and students must have a proper grasp of what is the revolution that is being sold out and a revolution that is being safeguarded. Proper analysis. And I'm not going to give you today. You don't have to shout from the rooftops and of inadequate political, ideological analysis and shout at leaders and insult leaders without proper analysis. You must give answers. Nobody stopping you to think. You don't need our permission to think, by the way. Don't apologize for thinking. Don't apologize for thinking and shaping the NDR and making submissions. What is at the core of the agenda of the youth in this country today that must be championed by the youth? The Youth League has got an agenda and a program of action that it is leading. We have said to them, don't apologize. But we will never support a youth that is masquerading as ill-disciplined, disrespectful, and equate that to radicalism. Because we only support the youth that is guided by progressive militants. If you say to us, like Ngudle say that there is an agenda of neoliberalism, we too are against neoliberalism. We must push it back. We are not for that as the African National Congress. But you've got a bigger task to grapple with concept and understanding where we are. But we are not going to achieve anything by insulting leadership. It has happened in the past. You see, I saw a comrade of the Free State welcoming us into this beautiful province. And then he attacks the secretary of the ANC, Ibulele. What makes it difficult for you to go to the ANC office and meet with the ANC and tell them that they must support Cosas? ANC must support Cosas. And we want a stronger Cosas. We don't want Cosas that becomes puppets of leaders. We want a Cosas that will exist on its own. You are here as students under very difficult circumstances. You have come here, comrades, I've seen you, you are very disciplined. Probably some of you did not eat. And probably some of you ate very late. And probably some of you come from far and will be traveling very far. Do not forget why you are here. You came here to reclaim your organization, Cosas. You must have leadership of Cosas that must lead this important organization. You must lead the youth of our country in the school premises and fight gangsterism and fight for transformation of education. The teachers, SADU have supported you to hold this Congress. The ANC have supported you. We have not supported you because we want to clone you, to own you. Tomorrow when Mbalula wants to become a big thing in the ANC, he must have his spokesperson, Cosas, singing about Mbalula. We don't want that. You must lead the youth struggles where you are. You must bring that agenda to the ANC and say, Comrade SG, President and whoever, this is what as the Congress of South African Students we want. That Ministry of Basic Education, led by Warube, faneka ishukumise Cosas. abanye baninika imali, idlala imali, niqhubeke nge-organization. They want to